Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Yes, you loved the Alistair Emery, so we've come back with the mages this time. So what's better, Waldyr or Velyn? So stay tuned for all that goodness. Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Yes, we're going to be going over mages today and we're going to do a really fun one because a lot of players always ask the age-old question. What is better, my Velyn or Waldyr with Liliya? So what we're going to do is I have someone in the Alliance TM with me today and they've got the 5-1-1-1 Velyn and their 5-1-1-1 on their Liliya with a 5-5-5-5 all the way across on that Waldyr. So we have basically an awakened Waldyr versus Velyn. Which pair or hero is better with that Liliya? Because you guys always ask the age-old question, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to be the target dummy. We're going to be rocking this Madeline March with my Garwood just to make it as tanky as possible so we can see how long this target dummy can last their damage. We're going to obviously maintain the build. This is the build we're going to be running for our Madeline every single time. And we are also going to change this artifact to the Legion HP one. So we're going to try to have much HP as possible so we are just naturally tanky, right? So that's going to be our roles. And then for the talent build, what I've done is sent the talent build to our friend. So if we go over and we just check here, this is the talent build we're going to be running. So it's still 43 points. So we don't have all of the extra points in the control tree or the PvP tree because we don't want to obscure any of the test results, right? We're just trying to make this as fair as we can, even though in reality we could put 5 points here, 2 points here, and do the same for the Waldyr because he does have access to the PvP tree. We're just going to focus on this tree, right? So it's a pretty simple build. We've got all the way down to the magic defense on magic maelstrom reduction. And then since we are rocking Liliya, and a lot of people do like rocking Liliya, we do have that insult to injury with ecoclasm. So it's basically a massive bulk of extra damage. So that is the build both Velyn and Waldyr will be running. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I've just explained basically the premise of it. We're going to be doing again the same set of troops. So it's going to be like 100k tier 4 troops versus 100k tier 4 troops. So you can have a nice battle. I'm going to check out the reports afterwards of both matches. So strap yourselves in and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Hello, just before we get into the action, I just did want to add this in just to give you guys a bit more clarification because I know some of you are skeptical, but here is the messages between me and Bravest in Discord. So we can see his hero lineup, 5111, level 50. We've got Waldyr here, also level 50, Awakened, and then Liliya, 5111 and level 50. It doesn't matter about this again because we're going to have it at 100k troop capacity. So again, troops having different sizes won't matter. Again, even if they were all level 60 and some were 50, it wouldn't matter because we're doing at level 43 talents, which is basically just before you hit 50 anyway. So I hope you guys enjoy that. This is just me explaining the video to him and sending him this is the talent build, and then he does reply. I don't think you can see it, but just say okay done just below where my camera is kind of hiding it. So thank you for watching and let's get into finally that gameplay footage. Hello and welcome back. Yes, the gameplay side finally here. So what is going to be better? So first we're going to do the Velyns. We've got Velyn of 100k troops here against obviously the 100k infantry. So what is able as well, what we're going to check out in the report just to give it a bit more confirmation, Mr. So Weird Lot here, who has helped us in the TM Alliance. So thank you very much for providing the troops that we needed to do this test with for everyone on YouTube. Basically, he's not even equipped an artifact. So basically, this is the raw power of that march without an artifact and just that talent page with 43 points or the full magic tree completed, and that is it. So we get to see a really good example of this, right? So all we're waiting for now is basically Sir Weedlot to leave the alliance, so he's ready. Once he's ready, we will obviously then go into the combat. And here we go. Finally, he's in the white. So what we're going to do is move back just to give it a bit more space. Don't remind again. And we start walking towards him so he has the timer to go, right? So once this hits, we're going to see how this actual match does. So let's see the finale on what Velyn at 5-1-1-1 with Liliya at 5-1-1 can do against the target dummy, right? Because this is a very strong match that I have got a strong infantry march, but we still get to see what if it wins or not, right, against the enemy. So as you can see, we're already beating this match. So maybe the Velyn is quite weak, you know. Maybe the Waldyr here might be the secret with that shielding to win the fight. So here we can see we're doing a ton of damage though at the moment. Really nice 1k damage, and the Scorch now being triggered by that Liliya in the back for the Velyn. So we can see here really good still damage. And you gotta remember, guys, you've got to remember this isn't realistic in terms of, you know, in real PvP combat. You won't be getting hit as easy as this, but at the same time, both marchers are going to be experiencing the exact same scenario, right? So we're trying to make this as equal as we can. So we're going to see what this match is able to do, and then we're going to be able to see what the Waldyr match is able to do. You know, if both of them lose, they both lose. But what we're actually more cared about is the report. Which one actually does better in that time? Because the thing is, if one does better than the other, you can imagine then in the actual open field, when you're not getting targeted and you've got a nice position with your mages here, you're going to be pumping out a ton of damage. Because at the moment, like I said, this target dummy, the Madeline and Gala, super tanky here, as you can see, and it is punching back a bit of a fight against them here, since we do have so much health with the artifacts, which we're not targeting, but we get to see here the true power of the march, which is very good, right? Because you can imagine now if the march even had an artifact equipped like MrSneakyy, it would have probably punched through a lot harder than it did. So that is the Velyn report. So let's have a quick look here. Obviously we gained XP, but they suffered 21.6k 7 wounds, right? 78.3 on out of it lightly, and against us, you know, we only did 9.17 wounds, so obviously we only took a bit of damage compared to them. So let's see in the Waldyr match which is better, because this is interesting to see, right? Obviously the amount of damage this is able to deal in, you know, in its time window, if you want to say, if it gets caught out. So very interesting. So I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, and that's the Velyn. And if we go into the Legion buffs, we can see 5-1-1-1-1, got 4-star and 4-star as well. Our heroes are 4-star and 4-star. You've got all the same buffs here compared to the other, right? So really cool little scenario. We can even go into the backlog if you guys want to see. And you can even see the hitters first. So they even did that first skill cycle before us. They did 2,000 damage to us, but we was able to obviously outlast them. That's kind of the infantry, you know, benefit for playing infantry. So let's go and refresh our match and get involved with the Waldyr. And here we go. The finale of the video. Is the epic hero gonna be better than that legendary? So let's see. We've got him walking up, the main man from the League of Order starting faction that you should all have at least expertise now if you did pick that League of Order starting faction. So let's see if he's actually going to be better than a 5-1-1-1 Velyn, because he does have some interesting things. Remember, with this match, he does reduce your attack by 20%. He also has a shield, which is very good. And then on top of that, you know, he doesn't have the best AoE, but he does have some other, you know, mechanics involved. So let's see how this does. We've got now the Waldyr versus the infantry target dummy here. So we can see something similar to appearing at the moment, which was the damage, right? So it is taking a bit of damage, but I must admit, already looking at this looks a little bit better, right? I feel like it is obviously losing due to the infantry being a really heavy hitter in the physical department, but when we look at the amount of damage dealt back, and the shield is actually doing something quite good for Waldyr there. Look, blocking 567 damage is actually helping him punch through this target domain a lot better than I think Velyn is. So this might be a very interesting experiment here. Maybe everyone's Waldyr currently is stronger than your 5111 Velyn, which would be very impressive, because that would mean your Velyn would need to be at least like a 5511 hero in order to basically outperform your Waldyr. We're almost below 50% on the Waldyr Liliya match here, but we're in the yellow still on our Madeline match here. So it's a very, very interesting thought. I'd love to hear your comments below. So if you watched this video so far, maybe right now put a comment who you think is actually just gonna win, who you think's outperformed the other, right? Because there is a lot of different factors this match has compared to the other, right? The Velyn does have the skill crit. He also has a very small amount of magic reduction and that magic hero damage increase, but we have a massive amount of hero skill damage increase when it comes to the Waldyr. Plus we get the shield as well and the attack debuff. So it's a very interesting experiment. I know a lot of free-to-play players are going to be interested in this and wondering who is going to be better, because we can see we're at 60,000 march now on our Madeline. So we're going to come to the ending here. The gloom is put down. We're finishing him off. The last couple of skills, maybe he gets one more skill cycle off, who knows. There we go. And the report. So here we go, the finale. Let's see who performed better. Wow. So I lost. If we look here, it is so close. The Waldyr actually suffered less. If you actually look at the said wounds, we have 21,000, but Velyn has 21,600. So he has taken more wounds than the Waldyr here. Only 600, so it's not much, right? But it is a big, you know, it is troop save. So you can see here Waldyr is outperforming Velyn in the survivability category. However, it's the opposite, right, when it comes to damage. If we look at the damage dealt, we have only 9,087 wounds on my march. But when we look at the 5111 Velyn, we're at 9,181. Even though it's only 101 more Sev wound troops, that does matter. And even when you're looking at the lightly wounded here, you can see the difference as well. We have 44.8k lightly wounded for the Waldyr compared to 42.4k lightly remaining on the Velyn. So it's a very interesting, you know, concept here, which is close, because I'm not gonna lie, they look like they're almost on par. You've got the survivability, if you want, on your march might be going to Waldyr, while if you want the more bang for your buck, maybe you want to go Velyn. So that is today's experiment. Who do you think won, 5111 Velyn or the Awakened Waldyr? From me and from my conclusion, what I'm going to tell you guys now at the end of this video is pretty simple. I think Velyn, if you want your Liliya to do more damage, Velyn is the go-to. I think this is the go-to boy you're going to pick. But if you want that Waldyr to basically make your Liliya survive longer, that is going to be your choice. So if you want your Liliya to survive a little bit longer and still deal a really good amount of damage, well, your Awakened Waldyr will still do a very fantastic job, because he's almost on par as the Velyn. And this is why we always say Waldyr, honestly, the best epic hero for PvP combat for free-to-play players. So I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It's been a blast. We've done another one. Hit the comments below and see if you want another, you know, series like this. I do have one in mind for archers, and then maybe we'll try something else in the future. So with all that said, smash a like, comment, and subscribe for more daily Call of Dragons content with me, MrSneakyy. And until then, stay safe, stay sneaky. Peace out.